This is a domestic package, maybe eBay, from satmaximum.com. And these are HDMI cables, 3-foot one, and I think a 12-foot one. Here we go. 15 feet. Okay, well, this isn't as described or as depicted in the photograph on the Aliexpress sellers page. Aliexpress has changed these relays from 9-volt to 12-volt, and supposedly this was made by another company whose logo was over here, but it's not. I believe I have one of these already. Again, it's one of these support boards for an amplifier module. But this one has transmit and receive relays, or relays that allow transmit and receive, and an RF sensing circuit here. And last, we have the big box. And this is, well, it says it's a wideband signal generator, and it's from this BG7 TBL company, or Enterprise, or whatever it is. 2 channels, low and high, some control buttons, has a 10 megahertz internal reference oscillator, and it's this is the output for it. Or it can accept, it can accept a external 10 megahertz reference. 12-volt power jack. I believe an adjustment on the internal reference switch, and a USB port. And a 12-volt one-amp wall wart. I'll probably do a individual episode on this. This is a pretty old company, at least I remember buying from these people years ago, Jameco. Okay, we have a shipping manifest with no prices on it. I needed a couple of these ceramic capacitors for a specific circuit board that's used in a project I'm building. And actually it was called out by a Jameco part number. While I was there, that is while I was on Jameco's site, I got a pair of these Exolite nippers. I found Exolite to be an extremely high quality company. And then because I only have one of these, and I see that's not quite the same. And what do they call this? A trim pot tool. This actually has two different sizes of flat screwdriver blades for adjusting trim pots. Now, years ago I got a free sample of one of these. And you see it was from Spectral. It has a flat blade on each end, but one end is recessed. It's recessed inside the plastic, which means when you put it on a small adjustable screw, it doesn't slip off the way one of these would do. So I guess it's not exactly identical. I'm not familiar with this, but apparently they have a number of these little, I'll call them pocket tools. And here are the trim pots that were specified for use on the board. This is a board I'm putting together, and this is a capacitor that I was specified as being one of these. And it doesn't look like it's going to fit. Looks like the holes will need enlarged in order to accept this capacitor. Looks like the holes are in the right place. Footprint appears to be right, but not real right. It's going to need the holes enlarged and shifted slightly. It could be that this is a second-hand board. When we get to the project, I'll show it to you. This is a combined shipment from Aliexpress. One nice size box, one little tiny package, and one intermediate package. We'll open this little fellow first. I nipped the end of it. In fact, I cut the whole end of it off right there. So what do we have here? 4mm 12 volt, although it says 12 volt, it says current, and white, blue, and yellow. And is there 3 of them or 30 of them? So these are little tiny leaded, but they're designed to be surface mount LEDs. And they said white, yellow, and blue. These are yellow, these are white, and these are blue. And there they are. That's the back side. So I guess they're not 12 volts, they're just LEDs. This is another support board for, well, something similar to this, where it has a big IC or transistorized chip on it, integrated circuit, with input, output, and power pins. This is obviously a different layout. I'll make a schematic of this. This is the potentiometer used to adjust the voltage on this pin, which is normally some sort of a control voltage that determines the in and out. There is no in and out RF connector. Certainly nothing on the bottom of the board. This pad would be out. This is ground. This pad appears to be, well, I don't know. Guessing this is plus and minus. Here's an optional or missing, no, that's an LED. And there's a sheet of copper here. That rests on one side or the other. Probably this side. Although I'm not sure why. And then there's these two little connectors. Again, I'm not sure what function they provide. This is probably from a reshipping center in Franklin Park, Illinois. Feels like cables, maybe. So I'll cut it through the flap. Oh, and it is cables. These are RG58. I hope they're N connectors. They are. These are N by SMA, and two of them are for use in my spectrum analyzer. This is from the reshipping center in Hebron. So these are 4 packages marked 7, 5, 10. Oh, these are individual volt ammeters. Instructions on where to find the wiring diagrams. I may have mentioned I was contemplating building an electronic load, and I originally had just ammeters. I decided it would be prudent to put a volt ammeter on it.